Hey everyone, welcome. So, today we're diving into a really different kind of AI assistant from Google. This thing isn't trying to be a know-it-all. Nope. Instead, it's designed to become an expert on one very specific topic: you and your information. So, let's break down what that actually means. Okay, just picture this for a second. What if you had an AI that didn't know anything about the wider internet, but it knew every single word of your research, your meeting notes, your company's handbooks? That's the core idea, the whole premise behind Google's NotebookLM. And right there, that makes it a totally different kind of beast from the general-purpose AIs we're all used to. See, it's not a generalist, it's a specialist. Its entire world is just the information you decide to give it. And this whole thing is built on a concept called source-grounded AI. So what does source-grounded really mean? Well, it's actually pretty simple, but it's super powerful. It just means the AI is restricted. It's only allowed to use the documents and the sources that you upload. It's not going to pull from its vast training data or the open internet. Its answers are grounded in your reality, which makes them verifiable and, highly relevant. And this quote, this is pretty much the whole philosophy behind it from Google. The goal isn't just to fetch information for you, it's to help you make sense of it all. To take a big, messy pile of documents and transform it into structured, understandable knowledge. All right, so how do you actually use this thing? How do you put your new personal research expert to work? Well, the process is thankfully super straightforward. It's really designed to get you from document chaos to clear insights as fast as possible. It's basically a simple three-step dance. First, you create what's called a notebook, and you upload your sources. We're talking PDFs, Google Docs, text files, you can even drop in web links. Second, you just start asking questions in plain English. And third, and this is the cool part, you get answers that are not only based on your documents, but also come with citations that point to the exact passage where it found the info.
And this is where the magic really happens, The second you upload your sources, boom, NotebookLM becomes an instant expert, but only on that specific stuff. It's not trying to answer questions about the world, it's built to answer questions about your world.
Okay, let's get into the good stuff, the actual toolkit. This is how you go from just having a pile of documents to having a real dialogue with them. And this is where the real power kicks in, for sure. It's not just about asking questions. You can tell it to completely transform your materials. Turn these dense reports into a simple FAQ, or turn your lecture notes into a study guide. It can even synthesize themes across a bunch of different documents to find those hidden connections. But this next one, this might be the most unique feature of them all. It's called audio overviews. So instead of just reading a summary, NotebookLM can generate a short, conversational podcast about your documents. It literally creates two AI hosts discussing the key points. It's a pretty wild way to absorb information while you're on the go. And get this, that feature isn't just for English speakers. These AI-powered audio summaries are available in over 50 languages. That makes it a seriously accessible tool for global teams and researchers all over the world. Okay, this brings us to the big question, right? The elephant in the room. How does this stack up against something like ChatGPT? Well, the best way to think about it is not as a replacement, but as a different tool for a different job. You've got the specialist versus the generalist. Let's really break down the core differences here. While ChatGPT is your go-to for creating something new, like brainstorming an email or writing code from scratch, NotebookLM is designed for deep analysis of what you already have. Its entire strength is giving you verifiable, citable insights from your own documents. It's a fundamentally different job. And it all boils down to one crucial thing: trust. With NotebookLM, every key piece of information is tied directly back to your original document with an inline citation. You can click it and check it instantly. With the general-purpose AIs, there's always that risk of hallucinations, right? Where the model just confidently makes something up that's not true. So we've covered the what and the how, but let's talk about the why. I mean, how can you actually put this to work and unlock all the value that's just sitting there, hidden in your documents? Okay, for starters, think about all that corporate knowledge. That 100-page employee handbook? It suddenly becomes an interactive chatbot. New hires can just ask, hey, what's our remote work policy? And get an instant, cited answer without that headache of searching. Or how about market research? Instead of spending days sifting through a dozen different competitor reports, you can upload them all and just ask, summarize the top 3 threats and opportunities. And bam, you get an actionable briefing in minutes, not days.
For sales teams, this thing is an absolute game changer. You feed it your technical specs and success stories, and you can instantly generate a battle card, comparing your product to a competitor's, and it's all based on factual, company-approved data.
And last but not least, let's talk onboarding. You can build a personalized guide so new hires can ask about anything, from IT setup to their benefits, and get immediate answers drawn directly from the official materials. It just makes their first week so much smoother.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, the main takeaway is super clear. NotebookLM is not a ChatGPT replacement. It's a powerful, complementary specialist. You use one for creative generation and brainstorming, and you use this one for deep, factual analysis of information you already have.
All right, now let's be real for a second. It's not perfect. It's important to know about a few limitations. There are usage limits on the different tiers. You have to manually sync any changes you make to a Google Doc you've connected, and right now there's no public API, so you can't easily integrate it into other custom business workflows.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. We're so often focused on AIs that know everything. But maybe the real future of intelligence, especially in our work lives, isn't about accessing ever bigger pools of data, but about gaining a much deeper, more useful understanding of the data we already have.